What a beautiful backdrop to a motor race. We're here in the Styrian Mountains, of course, and they've watched over some cracking races throughout the history of this Grand Prix. Controversy, of course, think back to 2002, but also great joy. Do you remember Niki Lauda's historic home victory in 1984? It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Lee, Hülkenberg, Valtteri Bottas and Russell, Vettel, Albon, Hamilton and Lucas Faber, Stroll, Leclerc, Kevin Magnussen and Grosjean. Raikkonen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Butler, Lando Norris and Daniel Kvyat. Perez and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Brilliant stuff from Williams today. What a superb victory. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
It looks like it's time once again to hand out the silverware as these successful drivers make their way to the podium. It was a gritty performance today by Williams, and they've got the race win to prove it. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable... Things are looking up after last week, aren't they? We all underestimated you, didn't we? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Appreciate your time.
Just wanted to say congrats on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.
Looks like both your rivals have also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to capitalise on your rivalry with them and build up your reputation a little.